I invite you to start this practice by being aware of your body sitting, being aware of the space around you, peacefully settling into the body as best as you can. Finding your own breath, letting the belly rise with the in-breath and relax with the out-breath. At this point, it might be helpful to put a hand on the belly, feeling it come up as you inhale and down as you exhale. We're breathing deeply to help ourselves relax the body and understand its messages more clearly. We're inviting awareness, calmness, and true curiosity into this practice today. When we eat, the feelings are there as well, so I invite you to become aware of your feelings, bringing acceptance to the feelings you're having and trying not to judge whatever is present with you at each moment. Now I invite you to begin to explore the belly for signs of hunger. Notice whether you have sensations like a mild gurgling or gnawing in the stomach. How hungry are you? Maybe you are starved, you haven't eaten today at all. Maybe you're just slightly hungry, or maybe you're not hungry at all. If you find yourself reaching for food but you're not physically hungry, notice what emotions are present. Maybe you're bored or tired or stressed. Or maybe there's something else that your body and your mind want. For some people, it can be just needing some movement, needing some rest, connection, creativity. Try to see if there's something else that your body or your mind might want other than nutrition. And if you are physically hungry, or maybe you're even deciding to eat even though there is no physical hunger, that's okay. Ask yourself, what am I hungry for? And with this particular hunger, in this particular moment, with this mood that you're in, imagine you could have anything in the world, any food you want. What would satisfy you? What taste might it be? Is it something sweet? Something sour? Salty? Spicy? Bitter? And what texture would you want to feel in your mouth? Are you craving something creamy? Something crunchy and hard? Or something maybe more chewy, stretchy, soft? What temperature would just suit you? A piping hot beverage? Maybe something freezing cold? Or a food that's room temperature? And then thinking about the colors that are particularly appealing at the moment. Are you looking for some nice and bright colors like a green, red, or yellow? Or maybe you're just craving something neutral. Now that you've explored what might actually satisfy your craving right now, notice whether the food you have in front of you matches the food you imagined. It's okay if it doesn't. If it doesn't match what you're hungry for, promise yourself that you'll have that food that you imagined when you can. But eating right now what you have in front of you might serve the body in this moment. So that's okay too. Let's take a moment to look at the food you have. If it's a food that's in your hand, you can pick it up. If it's a food that's in a bowl or on a plate, you might want to grab your utensils and start noticing the aspects that are appealing to you. Take a moment to reflect on where that food came from and express some gratitude for the food in front of you, for the farmers that harvested this food. Understanding your connection to your food and how it connects to you and the world. Understanding that this food is the entire earth and the world supporting your life. Thanking the sun, the rain, the earth for this food. Grateful for all the efforts and all the people that were involved in bringing this food to you. And you may ask that the food may nourish you in ways which will lessen your suffering and bring you joy and energy. Now I invite you to actually start eating your food. We're going to start with taking a small bite. Go ahead. Tasting and chewing this bite. Maybe swirling the food around in your mouth. Feeling it against your cheeks, your tongue, under your teeth. Releasing all the energy, releasing all the flavors from the food. And chewing until it's completely broken down. This might take a few seconds. It might take a minute. When you're ready, go ahead and swallow the food. Try to feel the food going down your throat into the stomach. And before you grab a second bite, take a deep breath in. And maybe put down the food, the fork or the spoon, for another breath here. We're taking the time to just eat and savor, inviting a sense of calm into the space. Mindful eating can be a wonderful time for you to refresh yourself, refresh your mind. You don't have to go into eating one bite after the other without taking a break. So just inviting a few breaks here. Now allow yourself to take another bite if that feels right. And repeating the same practice. Tasting, chewing, releasing all the flavors. Noticing how the texture of your food changes from that first bite until you swallow it. And try to be aware of any distractions or thoughts that might arise during this exercise. We're allowing our attention to keep coming back to the sensations involved in eating. So try to let go the thoughts or distractions, acknowledge them and let them go. Coming back to the chewing, coming back to the tasting, and feeling the sensations in the body related to eating. And again, when you're done, you might be mid-bite, or you might already be on your third bite or fourth bite. Just try to take a breath in between each bite. After you've taken a few bites, I invite you to check in with your hunger. It can help again to put a hand on the belly, maybe on the chest. Just checking in. Is my hunger the same? Is it less? Is it more? Do I actually feel more hungry? There's no good or bad answer here. Another question you might be asking yourself is this food giving me what I want? Is this a pleasant way to nourish myself? Are there aspects that are difficult about eating this? And if you're eating a snack, you might already be done. If you're eating a meal, go ahead and continue eating as I guide you through this exercise. Throughout this meal, or this snack, and particularly halfway through, it can be insightful to notice your hunger level, sense of feeling satisfied, if that sensation is present. If you're still hungry, continue to eat. You may also feel a sense of satisfaction, taste-wise, or fullness physically. Give yourself permission to stop. And that's regardless if there's some food left on the plate or not. Regardless if you told yourself ahead of time, I'm going to have this much. Notice if it's difficult to stop at this point. And more importantly, notice the story or the thoughts that come up around the idea of stopping. This exercise can be particularly triggering if you normally clean your plate, no matter how full you get. If you've been taught to finish everything in your plate, notice what it feels like to stop before the food is all gone. and explore the pleasant and unpleasant aspects of this. Maybe looking at your plate or looking at your snack and seeing that there's still some left can bring up something in you. And reminding yourself that you can always have more later. You can always set it aside and come back to it. And maybe the mind is telling you to continue because it tastes so good. And that's really difficult. How can you compassionately balance your belly's desire for you to stop because it's feeling full and your mind's desire for you to continue? What thoughts and emotions are present as you eat or as you stop to eat? Try to notice and come back to your direct experience right here, right now of eating, savoring, and growing a sense of satiety in the stomach. That might be something you're not familiar with. How does it feel to be present in this process? And here I'm going to invite you to finish eating if you were still eating, and notice how your body feels one more time. Do you feel like you ate until you were satisfied? Is it a physical satisfaction of fullness? Is it satisfying taste-wise, texture-wise, color-wise? Just being curious here. Did you eat until you felt a little too full? There's no way to fail. All you're doing right here, right now is being aware and taking what you learned today into the next time you eat, knowing that there will be many more chances to practice this mindful eating exercise. With this practice, do you feel like you are slowly repairing your relationship with food? Do you feel like it's helpful in maintaining a good relationship with your body and how you nourish it? Maybe yes, maybe no. Just take a moment to notice what eating this way does to your relationship with your own body and food. And we're going to end this practice with a few breaths. Inhaling through the nose. Exhaling through the mouth. Two more. Inhale. Exhale. And let's breathe together one more time. Inhale. Exhale. And thank yourself for making time to be present in your body, for your body. And know that every time you sit down to eat is an opportunity to enjoy, savor, and gain some wisdom.